Namaskar friends, welcome to Export Import Make in India campaign, and we are completing the supply chain management course in which we are today study the chapter 5 information technology in supply chain management, and the topic is the transaction management. So in supply chain management, the important part is the information technology which communicate which carried out the informations from one entity to another entities. So we need to understand what is the transaction management. So transaction management is the process, is an agreement, communications or movement carried out between separate entity and object. Okay, so for example, if you are exporting goods from one location to another location, this is also as a transactions. Okay, the work which done in exchange of value is called the transactions. So it can be goods, services and monies. When conducting a transaction, there should be a proper management. Okay, so for example, you receive any order. Okay, so in respect of that order, you need to check out with the production teams, inventory teams, and the transportation team to movement these goods from warehouse to customers. If goods are not available, then you need to check out is production of these goods are available or not. So these transactions integrated in the separate entity in object. So there should be very proper management of these transactions. A transaction which is not well managed can fail a create to value in Vegas and may even destroy the value. Okay, so for example, just you receive any order from customer, but you have not managed this record in order in the system. So what will happen? The process of information flow is not done. So this transaction cannot be managed in right way because the entry of the order is not done in the system. Okay, so this create the problem. The order will not be dispatched from the origin to destination. Okay, so this thing need to understand that the transaction is the communication movement and the separate object and entity, so which involve the exchange of the value. It can be information, it can be goods, and it can be money. So the proper management required for that transaction to create the value in Vegas, and otherwise the system will not give the optimum level of output. If we talk about the any organization in which how transaction is happen. Okay, so in organization, the manager is the first person who participate in the transactions. Like any activities managed by a person is the managers. An order comes through the sales team. Okay, so these informations come through the information technology, means the system in which order is placed by the customer to the manufacturer. So here manager is the person who receive these informations through the sales team. Okay, so the transaction manager track all resources manager who enlist in the transactions. Like once you receive the order, first you check out whether inventory is available or not. Then these informations need to transport. If inventory is not available, then this information is transferred to the production team to make ready goods for the dispatch. Then you have check out that the raw material is not available for the production. Okay, so you have to understand the things that this the entities and these entities and department wise and stakeholder wise are so integrated that this transaction cannot be performed even a single entity is not perform his duty. So the transaction manager is responsibility to execute this order, these transactions in right way. One of the following three result can occur. The application can either commit or absorb the transactions. Application which either it can be fulfill the requirement of the customer or execution of the order, or it can be absorb the transactions. Okay, so you need to understand the system in which you are managing this thing can be handled proper way. So in simple language, we can say that if manager not perform the transactions in proper way, then it can be abort means that order is not fulfilled. Okay, and second, a resource manager about the transactions. Okay, means that the manager who receive the order, if not do the pass the information at the next level, then it will not perform. Then third one is failure. So these things can be happen if the transaction manager is not uh, involved in the process right way and not performing his own functions, then it will be a problem. So you know that the person who is a manager, it's very responsible person. If he delay a single minute or single second of the process, the transaction will not perform. Okay, so you need to understand the transaction of the process is very important. The transaction manager informed to the resource manager whether the transaction is commit or absorbed. Okay, so here you need to understand the manager will check out whether the process is going or not. Okay, so means that any order comes from the customer, the order is fulfilled or not, whether due to not fulfill inventory maybe, and other any reason can be that happens. So need to observe that things and check out and process the same for the next execution level. The transaction manager maintains a log in storage or disk. The log is sequential file record transaction event. Okay, so here transaction manager need to record the logs, means like a what happened once received the order, then what action has been taken by the transaction manager. Is he transfer this order through system to next level or not? If done, then he need to maintain that information is passed to the next level. Okay, so main thing we need to understand here that what is the transactions management in information technology. So transaction management in information technology is the part where the order which receive from the customer to manufacturer, that in purchase order he needs some goods. Okay, so the entire information is passed through the information technology in such way that system is allotted to the customer and customer place the order from this his side. Then this information goes through the resources management, and the information is reflected in resource manager. Transaction manager means that who is handling this process. Okay, then he executed and accept the order. Then next level is the goods available, then immediately dispatch to the customer so that customer will satisfy that goods are delivering in time. Okay, so this information is passes through the system that there is no mistakes, there is no any aborts comes in the transaction process. So guys, we just understand what is the transaction management in the system. Okay, so transaction is the process of the transactions like receiving order, executing order, placing the goods from one location to another. These all things comes under the transactions. Okay, so guys, we are going to end the session here. I hope you understand what is the transactions. So for such informative videos, you can go to the playlist where you will find more such videos which are very important. So guys, thanks for watching the session. Have a nice day.